put us as the, you know.
As the what? Intro?
Intro.
Okay.
Hi. Do you want a coffee?
Yeah, I want the coffee. That'd be awesome.
Do you want the coffee with chocolate?
No, just the coffee. Hear this? There's something outside my door right now. It's a watch, obviously, because we talk about watches here. And I just wanted to quickly tell you one thing. I've met a guy, and he has a lot of watches, and a lot of them are very high-end. And I've seen some of his watches, and one that stood out to me the most was something that I've never thought I would love so much, and that is a dressy, classic annual calendar watch. As you guys know probably from the videos I post, I always talk about divers watches and just stainless steel on the bracelet, more robust, more go anywhere, do anything type of watches. This is kind of my style. But this watch has changed things a little bit, and I am very excited to talk to you about it. So let's go quickly grab the watch and this is the box. This is the watch. The watch is inside, and I have to say that I am very impressed about how they made the box. At about $1,500 price point, there are not a lot of boxes that look this pretty. This crocodile dark green leather looking thing, which I don't really think is crocodile leather, but it looks really nice. Now, the box itself does not identify what is actually in the box. Things can be very different, but it's very nice the fact that they put some thought into, you know, creating a nicer box. So not my Longines or Hamilton or even my Tudor does not have this nice of a box. Now the watch. Let's talk about the watch. The watch is absolutely gorgeous. Now, for all of you that know me by now, you know that I never really talk about dress watches. In fact, this is my only dress watch for now, and to be honest, I wear it very, very rarely. Going back to the watch is a 40mm case with only 10mm of thickness. Now, you have to understand that I am a big lover of thin watches. Once on the wrist, it feels even smaller or even thinner, and I absolutely love that. Now, the other cool thing about the watch that is probably the coolest is all the complications that this watch has. So if you guys know anything about annual calendar or a perpetual calendar, you probably know that it has a lot of complications. Now, this watch is annual calendar, and I'm just gonna quickly say what an annual calendar is for the people that are not really into watches, or for the people that are getting started with watches, basically. So an annual calendar is a watch that has more complication, and it does just a lot more than just show time, and that is, it shows the date, it shows the day, the week, the month, even the year, some of them, and it also has a moon phase, which shows the phase of the moon, where the moon is now, and if it's day or night or whatever. Now, with a watch like this, you have to understand that there are a lot of components going inside this watch. For this watch to tick, and for this watch to work, and for this watch to show the time perfectly with the day, with the date, with the week and the month, all of that to work properly and accurately, it has to be some pretty damn well thought design. Now, we don't really need all of these things in today's society, in today's times, where you have, you know, a screen at every step that you make, you know, whether you were in the house, your microwave and stove, to the car, to anywhere you look outside, there is the time, and there's the date, and there are all of those things, so you don't really need them. But for us watch lovers, and for us watch enthusiasts and evangelists, we appreciate that. We understand the detailing, we understand all of the hard little small springs and bars and pieces and all of the things that go on inside to make this watch work, right? And on top of that, on top of all of these things, you have to also remember that this is a watch, and it has to be on the wrist, and it has to be small and thin. So that is where it gets really, really impressive, because all of those small components are just so damn small. Now this watch is powered by a battery. Yes, it is a quartz movement, and if you guys know by now, I don't really love and appreciate quartz as much as automatic or mechanical movements, because it just feels like it's kind of lazy. And then the other reason is obviously the second hand. I just don't like the way the second hand ticks. It does 1 beat per second, and that is just, I don't like it. I like a nice hand sweep of the mechanical or automatic. Now this watch does not have a second hand, and here's where it gets really, really nice, because now that I don't see a 1 beat per second hand just going, like ticking and annoying me, I can actually disregard the fact that this watch is quartz. I just don't really care about it, and that is my personal opinion. You don't have to bombard me in the comments that there are some very crazy advanced quartz movements these days, because I don't really care about them. And about this watch, I also don't care about that. I care about all of the other little details that just make this watch look so beautiful. And starting with the dial, it's kind of a beige. It depends on the day or on the light, around you. Sometimes it looks creamy, sometimes it looks white, sometimes it just plays with you, and I really like that. The other cool thing is the hands. The hands have a very nice royal blue color to them, and then whenever it is darker, they just look straight up black, and then whenever it's day out or you have a lot of light going to the watch, you see how much that blue just shines through. And that is amazing. It has Roman numerals, which I think is very easy to read, and just the way they've displayed them and put them on the dial, it looks absolutely very, very professional, and it's so nice and easy to read, and makes the dial busier, which is very funny thing to say, because I don't like busy dials, but this one somehow just works. The watch has a subdial at the 9 o'clock, which indicates the day, and then a subdial at the 3 o'clock, which indicates the date. And then right below that, in between the dials at around 6 o'clock, you have the moon phase, just to kind of finish that perfect look. And then above that, you have the Frederique Constant. And one of the coolest things is probably the fact that the hand that shows the months has a red tip. And that red little details in the dial, every time you see it, is just too cool. I absolutely love that. I am beyond excited to look at this watch every single time, and I just find it breathtaking. I don't know, I'm just extremely in love with it. Now, if you look in the box, there's a brown leather strap, and this leather strap is actually the original one. The watch comes on it, but the owner decided to swap it and put it on this blue dial, which I think it just looks so much better. And that is for one simple reason, because inside the moon phase, you have blue, and then all of the hands are also blue, and then just this leather strap just works with the dial. It just works. And I am not too sure if the leather strap is also a important factor in how this watch wears, but this watch, although is a very, very dressy and elegant watch, it just wears so well with so many outfits. So for today, I was wearing my sweatshirt, my vest, cap, and my cargo pants, sneakers, and I was wearing this watch, and honestly, it looked absolutely phenomenal. I absolutely love its versatility, and for that reason alone, for everybody who thinks that this watch is just too dressy and too classic, I think you need to have it on your wrist in order to understand how well this watch wears with almost anything. Now, because this watch wears well with a lot of outfits and with a lot of more casual outfits, doesn't necessarily mean that this watch is ready for you to take it in the crazy day-to-day outdoor activities, because it's not really equipped for that. And although it has a sapphire crystal, it's also a watch that you just don't want to bang around and, you know, scratch its case and all that. That is, I really approve all the scratches on a stainless steel, on a diver's beater watch. You know, I love scratches on those. It just shows, it brings out the tool meaning of the watch. With this one, you don't really want to do that, and although it has a water resistance up to 60 meters, whether it would have been 200 meters or 10 meters, you just don't want to take this watch in the water. For that, it's just too nice and too pretty, and it's on the leather strap, and you don't want to ruin that. So for that reason, please don't mistake its versatility with what it wears and its capability of you taking it for outdoors activities, right? Now, one very important thing to say here, and I think it's crucial, and if you made it this far in the video, is very important that you listen to this. So if you would have bought the watch from somebody who would have sold it probably, let's say, without a box, without the instructions or paperwork or anything like that, you have to know one thing, that it has this little paper here that it says, please do not press the pushers when the day is set on Sunday or Monday, or between the hours of 9 p.m. to 5 a.m. So in order for you to adjust the time, the day, date, week, month, whatever, there are specific times that you're not supposed to do it, because in my opinion, I think that because it has so many things and so many components inside, that there are some things that at this specific time, I think it just interferes with the pushers, and you want that to be all free to run smoothly. And then when the pushers are free from all of those components not being in the way, then you are allowed to press them, and you just don't want to ruin the watch. And I think this paper is very, very important. I will not be showing you guys how the pushers work because it is not my watch, and even for the owner, it was a gift for him, so it's a sentimental value, and I just don't want to mess that up. So with that being said, this is a very important thing that you guys need when purchasing this watch. So make sure you either get it new, or you ask for this, or just rewatch my video, because I just read when not to do it. So that is something very, very important. Now, one of the cool things what an annual calendar can do is the fact that it knows exactly what months end in 30 days and what months end in 31 days. And as you guys understand, whenever a month ends in 30 days, such as, let's say, November has only 30 days, the watch knows to not show you 31st on the 1st of December, and it skips one day and it goes directly to the 1st of the next month. And I think that is such a cool detail, and I think that is such a cool thing that an annual calendar can do. Now, the watch has a problem with February. February has only 28 days, right? But every 4th year, the February has 29 days, and then it has to go to the 1st of March. Now, an annual calendar watch does not know that. So when it gets to the 28th, it has some troubles, and that is when you have to change it on the 1st of March of every year. Now, a perpetual calendar knows that. A perpetual calendar knows what year it is, and it knows in how many days February ends, if it has 28 or 29, and then right after that, it will immediately jump to the 1st of March. Now, this is a beyond cool function and idea, and it's just very, very impressive. But watches that have a perpetual calendar that know all the 4 years and what year it is, and what date February ends in, and when to move and switch and all of those things, watches that know that, they usually start at, I don't know, $40,000. And I don't really think it was worth adding that feature to this watch, because we don't really need that. You know, that is something for a completely different type of people. And $40,000 is a humongous amount of money. And I just think that this Frederique Constant at $1,450 is what it gets advertised on their website. I think is an absolute beautiful watch that does almost everything you need a watch to do without going bankrupt. So I think that is such a cool thing, and you know, I am very, very impressed and proud to have a watch like this on my wrist. So for that reason alone, I really might consider buying one. Thank you so much for watching, guys. If you liked the video, make sure to like it and subscribe to the channel. Also, hit the bell icon to turn on the notifications so you never miss when I drop a new video. Also, if you think that there are some things that I didn't include about this watch, if you know better than me, or you know, any criticism is welcomed. And so just bombard me in the comments. Tell me how I didn't do my homework. So with that being said, I'll catch you in the next video. Take care.